We ready? 1, 2, 3. I honestly want to say that for many of you, you really don't need that much. You really are much closer to where you want to be than you think. So much of this is just, it's in your head, it's in your mind, it's what you think your limits are. Time and again, I have seen people change when their beliefs change and they take on the right practices. No, it's no guarantee. But it moves you closer to the possibility of getting where you really want to go. And where is my friend who I keep picking on? I keep picking on you because I think you're so much closer to going where you want to go. In fact, I want to suggest something else to you. One exercise you might want to do is, I don't know, maybe you can tell if someone speaks Urdu, but I would pick women who are the least likely to speak Urdu and go up and talk to them and see what happens. Do you understand? Talk to them. Like if you absolutely knew that the woman would not understand a word you said, would you be as nervous about talking to her? Huh?
No.
Why not?
Because I wouldn't see the point in that.
I know you wouldn't see the point of it, but couldn't you do it with less nervousness? Yeah, so try some of that. Do whatever you need to do. If you need to push to the limits of being absurd, then be absurd. Do whatever you need to do. And this brings me, I want to spend the rest of the seminar talking about beliefs and practices. Doing practices to cultivate that witness consciousness, and I know this is going to sound stupid and crazy, cultivating life force energy and cultivating will. We've talked a little bit about creative consciousness, using self-hypnotic techniques. But I want to talk about those other aspects, because again and again, I found when you show up in that way, and you know just a little bit about how to engage your imagination, and you know how to touch, and you know how to use, and you're okay with being just a little bit aggressive, then, and you know when you're wasting your time. I have this acronym called Rabbit P. I want to talk to you about Rabbit P. Okay? How can Rabbit P be one of the keys to your success? Right? Rabbit P. Shall I write it? Shall I write that word?
Yeah.
Rabbit P. Are you kidding me? Rabbit P? Stands for responses, attitudes, beliefs, I before E, except after C, behaviors, insights, timing, and practices. When you're in that self-hypnotic state, if you want to give yourself some affirmations, a really good affirmation is, You are mastering the responses, attitudes, beliefs, behaviors, insights, timing, and practices that now bring you your success with your amazing women. It's a really good affirmation. If you want to go into that self-hypnotic state and repeat that to yourself 3 times. I don't normally believe in affirmations, but if you do it in the right kind of state and then visualize success, it's no guarantee, but it helps move your mind in that way. And if you think about it, these are the things that are important: responses, attitudes, beliefs, behaviors, insights, timing, practices. Yes.
Responses, is that your response to the voices? Or
Her responses.
Her responses.
Her responses. Her responses, and then knowing what to do with her responses. It's a huge piece of it. I'm too lazy and old and tired to do much work. I want them doing 80% of the work. This is one of them. Another affirmation I want to give you is you safeguard your morale, momentum, and motivation at all times. 3 M's: morale, motivation, momentum. You safeguard your morale, motivation, and momentum at all times. You swiftly size up a woman's potential and eliminate those who are a waste of time. Why are you laughing, Mike?
Because this is something you've taught for many years, and I kind of disregarded that and ended up in a 8-year marriage. That was a really bad idea.
Oh, wow. 8 years of marriage?
8 years of relationship, 6 years of marriage.
Okay. 14 years with the same person?
No, total of 8, of which 2. 6
Okay. Was any of it good?
All the part before the marriage, that was all right.
Oh.
Lesson learned.
You are mastering the responses, attitudes, behaviors, beliefs, insights, timing, and practices. You safeguard your morale, motivation, and momentum at all times. You swiftly size up a woman's potential and eliminate those who are a waste of time. Those 2 things by themselves will save you a lot of trouble. And the third one is either I'll enjoy getting what I want, or I'll learn what I need. Either I'll enjoy getting what I want, or I'll enjoy learning what I need to get what I want, or better. Do you follow? Those are 3. You're getting the footage. Those are, to keep it simple, to 3. Those alone will do it. Now there's another attitude I have. My attitude is, if it looks like I'm not going to get what I want, what's the most outrageous, outlandish thing I can do that will at least move me closer to being the kind of person I can already see myself becoming? What if that were your attitude? So think about the one about learning. I'll either enjoy getting what I want, or I'll enjoy learning what I need to get what I want, or better. Now, this implies that you have the ability to learn. Remember, I showed you how to do that little hypnotic state. Now here's something, and I also want you to keep a record, a written record of your charges, what you do and what you don't. What you do, what the results were. First, noticing everything that went right. Keep a record. I know some guy who keeps a spreadsheet. I think that's really extreme. I think keeping a spreadsheet is really like pushing it. Okay, so this is all very well and good, but I want to talk about developing, I know this is going to seem strange, developing a practice of breath and a practice of meditation, a way of finding, here's the lesson I keep learning, guys. There's different definitions of human happiness. There's the happiness that comes from getting what you want, having the circumstances that you want. But it's possible to enjoy a happiness that has nothing to do with conditions. It's possible to learn to handle experience where no matter what's going on, you can find a little moment of peace. If all you do is do a practice where for 10 minutes a day, you can find a little peace of mind, a little escape from the need to control things, from the need to make things different. Over time, that begins to shift the personality. Over time, it begins to move you towards being the kind of person who doesn't need a guarantee. Does this make sense?
Yeah.
Can you see how it might be useful? All right. So, I want to teach you a breath practice, something you can do to cultivate that life force energy, and then a simple meditation practice, very, very simple one, that allows you to show up in a way where you're okay with what happens. You don't fight what's going on, but you don't add fuel to it either. Do you understand? There's a huge difference between pain and suffering. Suffering equals pain times resistance, or simply a lack of awareness. That's when people start to suffer. However, I see my friend has shown up. So we said 2, did we not? Oh, we did say 2:30. Okay. So let me start you guys on how to do a very, very simple breath practice. We don't need to be on camera, but let me pick a volunteer. So who wants to volunteer? And then everyone's going to do it.
I'll do it.
Huh? Come here. Okay. This is a practice that takes about 7, it'll take a very short period of time. I'm gonna shorten it for you. This is all you have to do. Okay? So here's what I want you to do. Take off your shoes. Take off your shoes from off your feet, for the ground upon which you stand is horny. Okay. Okay. Here's the idea. Here's what we're going to do. We always keep a little bit of contact with our feet. Okay? I'm going to do this with him. Robert's going to make his presentation. Then when I come back on, I'm going to lead everyone in this, and we're going to do a practice. Fair enough?
Yeah.
Okay. So, the first thing you're going to do is feel your feet on the ground. Yes?
Yep.
You got that? And the second principle is you're going to inhale. But the inhale starts before you move. So watch. I'm going to move my arms up, but first I start inhaling. I pause for a second, and then I begin to exhale. Bring my arms down. Do you get it?
Yeah.
So the inhale, if the movement is this long, the breath is that long. The breath is always a little bit longer.
Okay.
You understand? And the other thing is we're not using muscular force to move our arms up. I'm just using these muscles here to just gently lift. My arms are not tight. You're the kung fu artist. You know what happens when the muscles are tight. You can't do anything. So just watch. Can you do that?
Sure.
Okay. Try it.
With my eyes open or closed?
Keep your eyes open. And by the way, at the top, you look up at the hands.
Okay.
Keep some of the feeling of your feet on the ground. Ready? Go. Good. Again. And always keep some of the feeling of your feet on the ground. Go ahead. You're doing good. You got that?
Yeah. At first I was starting to lose breath before I'd actually get my hands to the top, so...
Exactly. The breath is the most important. So if you need to speed something up, speed up the movement. Do you
I should have enough
understand?
breath to get to the top.
Exactly. By all means, the breath is the most important thing. So if you find yourself running out of breath, speed up the fucking movement. Don't speed up the breath. All right?
Okay.
And the other thing is keep some of your feeling of your feet on the ground. You got it? You got that? Okay, now we're going to do another movement. So we're going to do like 4 of those, and then watch. Only as far as it's comfortable for you to do.
Come down. And then when you come up, watch how it come up.
I'm rolling up one. Here's what I'm not doing. I'm not lifting up with my head. I'm rolling up like one vertebrae at a time. Do you understand?
I understand that.
Okay, so
Come down as far as it's comfortable, and then start the inhale and roll up. Pause at the bottom. Inhale.
pause at the top. Exhale. You bend your knees. You don't want to hurt yourself. Come up. Okay, how's that?
That was very good.
Okay, now there's one, we'll leave it at that. We'll keep it that simple. Do you think you guys could do that every day? That would be, how long would that take you?
5 minutes.
5 minutes, okay? Now, there's another part to this. If you want to add something in when you come up, after you've come down,
After 4 breaths, stay down for 4 breaths. And feel your feet on the ground when you do it.
keep the feeling of your feet on the ground the entire time. It's that simple. It's that simple. Now, there's other things I could add into it, but I want to keep it butt plug simple. Do you know what I mean by butt plug simple? That means if you didn't get it, you would have to be so stupid that you have to have a plug in your butt to keep your brains from draining out. Okay? It's that simple. Very good?
Very good.
Have a seat. We're going to lead everybody through that after Robert does his presentation. So, do you want this recorded? Yeah, okay. So mark that out.